So, good morning everyone, and I think it's a very difficult topic to do it after a medical oncologist has spoken about the anaplastic and the thyroid, and my disclosures are I'm a surgeon. So, let's talk about the anaplastic thyroid cancer from the surgeon's perspective. That it's a rare entity, it's an aggressive cancer with a poor prognosis, and the doubling time is as short as 3 days, and so it's got a very rapid course of disease progression. Patient usually complain and comes with the advanced stages, and they are usually inoperable, and more than the 50% of the annual thyroid cancer related mortality is mainly because of the anaplastic thyroid cancer. And we know that latest UICC 4th edition gives us the different staging of the anaplastic, that is 4A, we see about less than 10%. Main our bulk, what we see in the OPD is 4B, that is about 35 to 60%, and majority of our patients are metastatic, they are about close to 50%. So please remember this. So what we see on a radiology of 4A, that is a localized tumor to the thyroid gland. 4B, that is, it is aggressive to the local structure and the nodes are positive. And 4C is when there is a distant metastatic disease at the presentation. So clinical presentation, they will come with the fixed mass, there will be multinodular goiter to start, and there will be a surgery done in the past, and there is a rapid growth over a short period of time with the pain, symptoms, involvement of the aerodigestive tract, cervical nodes, change of voice, dysphagia, symptoms of lung metastasis, maybe stridor sometime, superior vena cava syndrome, or maybe distant mets as a lung, bone, or a brain. So with this, we know that the average median relative survival of this patient is about 3 months. And we have seen again and again that the anaplastic cancer patient, when they walks into the OPD, it's a nightmare. So poor treatment outcome, in spite of the multimodal treatment, the median survival is very, very low. The OS at 1 year is less than 20%. There is no role of radioiodine. Usually we see the older age patients, and the gender, it is more common in females. So if we see the publication, what we are seeing nuances and what has changed from the practice is the publication has increased drastically for this PAL kind of a patients, what we see it. And what has changed is the basket trial, which has changed everything about the anaplastic. So it was a rare cancer trials where the drugs has been used, and the anaplastic cancer trial has given us some answer using a targeted therapy, and that's how the basket trial was very true and making some kind of a progress in an anaplastic treatment. Third thing is the timeline, what has happened in MD Anderson, that is the fast treatment. That is basically what they have looked at, the facilitating anaplastic specialized treatment and providing the patient early appointments. That's how fast track the patients. And what they have done is the study, and which is published and which has shown a significant 2-year survival difference when they have done this kind of a maneuver, and there is a overall survival benefit when they have used this technique and the drugs which has been used. So what is the drug which has made the breaking therapy designation? That is the BRAF and MEK inhibitor combination, that is dabrafenib and the trametinib, which combination which was used in 2018 and which has made difference and the way we look at the anaplastic thyroid cancer. What next comes is the complete CR, what surgeons were just amazed at, what a neoadjuvant chemotherapy has given in this kind of a group of a patient. And this is the result which has avoided tracheostomy, which has made surgeon to operate this patient and made his heart bigger to operate this kind of a patient, which was never heard that we will be operate ever. And that's how the result has shown in this picture. You can see the huge load of a burden of a disease, and just it has vanished. But it is a case series of a few patients which has changed how we look at the anaplastic. Coming to the next, what has come is the anaplastic guidelines, that is 2021, and what they have looked at the round part where you can see the different molecules which they have looked at, and that's how the BRAF mutation has become the most turning point in a treatment algorithm of anaplastic thyroid cancer. And that's how you will see less than 50% having the mutation. And what we see in the Indian scenario also same, that about 30%, one-third of the patient will have a BRAF mutation. Even in Tata, we have a BRAF mutation as a main mutation driving in our thyroid cancer. So with this, what has happened is the treatment has changed from molecular-based personalized therapy, and we are treating the palliation patient to some kind of a curative or a stable kind of a disease. And that's why we have to check the prognostic factors and the actionable kind of things, each and everything we can improve so that we can improve the survival in the patients who are anaplastic thyroid cancer. So there is a hope, there is a tunnel of vision which has brought with this kind of a nuances has happened with the anaplastic thyroid cancers. Coming to the NCCN guidelines, how we do our diagnostic procedures, we do a usual testing, and what we do mainly is the core biopsy to do the IHC and look at the BRAF positivity, and maybe if you have an NGS possible available, then you can do all these molecules like different fusion molecules and the red fusion genes. All these things can be done so that you can differentiate it from the lymphoma and the sarcomas or poorly differentiated thyroid cancers. And what you see is that the surgery is the mainstay of treatment. What you get at the end of the surgery is the best result, and that cannot be, it's not controversial, but resectability still remains the controversial part. Negative margin does not signify increased survival, and if you have done a surgery, they do better than without surgery. So please keep in your mind the surgery as one of the things. So if you have a patient who has got a 0 or 1 or 2 score, please try to operate those patients if you can. Maybe 0 and 1 are the good candidates to operate. So the key point is priority, team approach, look at the resectability, counsel the patient, and follow the end of life discussion with the patient. Surrogate decision maker decision, which is very, very important in anaplastic thyroid cancers, and end of life preferences by a patient takes a precedent in an anaplastic thyroid cancer in a world where we don't have all the drugs available to our patient when you are treating the anaplastic thyroid cancers. So the recommendation by ATA is surgery when you can do it, or a bridging therapy where you don't have some kind of a mutation analysis not available, where you can give a cytotoxic chemotherapy, or you can give some kind of a targeted therapy to these patients. And BRAF mutated tumor you will treat with the targeted treatment, cytotoxic treatment for the patients who are BRAF non-mutated, or you can think about concurrent chemoradiotherapy. There are various kind of fusion mutation where you can use other kind of RET inhibitors or some other drugs can be used in this scenario. And something on the thing is the immunotherapy, which is newly added with this kind of treatment. So coming to the guidelines, what guidelines says that 4A, when you have a tumor, if you can do surgery, please go ahead and do the surgery. But when you have a 4B stage tumor, you look for resectability or give some kind of a neoadjuvant chemotherapy to this patient, mutation guided, and then you can discuss this patient and think about doing a surgery if there is a good response to this patient. So surgery comes into the algorithm when it is 4B and a neoadjuvant being given. Otherwise, patient will go for some kind of a systemic therapy which may be changed from first line to second line of a treatment. Coming to the 4C, that is the metastatic disease. So the guideline says that you give some kind of a best supportive care along with the discussion with the family, and what you will do is giving a targeted therapy to this patient but never there is a surgery as algorithm in this kind of a group because the patient has got a metastatic disease. The world is moving ahead, and NCCN guidelines also follow almost the same as the ATA guidelines. So for 4A and 4B, it's almost the same, where you have a neoadjuvant component. You can use it for when you have a MDA score 2, where you want to give adjuvant chemotherapy to this patient just to reduce the morbidity. But what is the main difference is the stage 4C, where they are doing the surgery for a local control irrespective when the patient has got a distinct mets. So mind you, when you have a targeted therapy, you may think about doing a surgery for a patient of anaplastic carcinoma when you have a very, very good response. These are the different kind of systemic therapies which are available, and this is the NCCN 2025 guidelines, where you can look into all this kind of a regimen, from cytotoxic to the targeted therapy to the immunotherapy, which is new on the card, which we are using for the anaplastic thyroid cancer. So the new ones which are added in the dotted line, and this is the new guidelines and the consensus recommendation by the ENDOCAN for the anaplastic. This is 2025, and where the immunotherapy is newly added to the targeted therapy, which we have to maybe consider when we don't have some kind of a targeted therapy available in India. So coming to the radiotherapy part, so you can use a IMRT for this patient whenever you do a surgery, because surgery alone is not sufficient. Brain metastasis, you give steroid. Take an opinion, you may give a stereotactic radiotherapy. High dose palliative radiotherapy to the bone mets, or you can think about giving any kind of a bony met, denosumab, to this patient and other supportive care to this patient. So these are the guidelines, how much to the adjuvant radiotherapy or palliative radiotherapy to be given to the patients of anaplastic thyroid cancer. This is the NCCN guidelines, and which are available online. You can refer to this, how to give this. So there are hyporadiotherapy which given to the patient versus the traditionally given the radiotherapy. So what are the good prognostic factors? There are tumor factors and there are patient factors. These factors you cannot change for the patient, but what you can change is the treatment related factors. Those are highlighted in the red color. That is the multimodality treatment, gross total resection, early palliation, complete surgical resection, and offering a targeted therapy, first line, second line, third line to these patients. And that's how you may have a better control and the survival when you think about anaplastic thyroid cancer. We cannot control the certain points beyond that. So coming to the review of literature, if you see the conclusion, multimodality treatment, if you offer to the patient do well. Okay, and what is the meta-analysis, which is a recent one, said that if you have a combination with or without pembrolizumab, shows improved OS and a PFS when you are given in this combination, and shows high overall rates. So please remember that these 47 studies has shown great reports of great survival benefit when you are given this combination of 3 drugs. Along with, these are the 4 drugs which has actually changed the whole game of the anaplastic thyroid cancer. And if you look at the arrows, which has shown that the targeted therapy, and if you are given a dose of radiotherapy more than 50 grays, the patient do better. So please remember that anaplastic is not best supportive care, but in stage 4A, you do surgery. And if it is a targetable mutation, then you give this treatment and follow this patient for surgery, and you can give a better palliation. You can add immunotherapy, ask the patient to go for the clinical trials. And this is the algorithm you need to follow whenever you think about a patient of anaplastic thyroid cancer. Multidisciplinary approach is very, very important. Fast track the mutation analysis for your patient. Bridging therapy is the most important thing, and using different kind of tilt check inhibitors, you can use this different kind of a treatment. So take home message, it is a clinically aggressive disease, but you can do a molecular testing
target this therapy with the trimodality. Early initiation of the treatment. Oncological treatment depend on the targetable therapies, and clinicians should have a very low threshold enrolling the patient for the trials, and end of life issues should be discussed. And thank you so much to all the patients who were enrolled for this trial, and just wanted to tell you the story about a person who actually lived for about 3 years more with the anaplastic thyroid cancer, and you can just understand a metastatic anaplastic thyroid cancer, how he has been treated aggressively with anaplastic thyroid cancer with the treatment of a targeted therapy followed by stereotactic radiotherapy and a surgery in spite of having a metastatic disease, and he was very happy to have those 3 years of life as a bonus to him. So thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you.